Well, hello and welcome to Roundglass. I'm Vishvapani Blomfield. Thank you for joining me for this session in my series, Mindful Meditation Basics. So you're probably used to hearing people say that meditation and mindfulness is about being in the present moment. But what does that mean? How do we experience this present moment? So we're going to be looking at that in today's practice and exploring how it is that we can be more fully present. And the way we're going to be doing that is by focusing our minds on our senses. So what helps you to be present? It'll be great to hear from you. So please use the chat to share your experience. Share what's challenging and what helps. So I see we already have some contributions. So one person is saying that turning off the phone, the television, the music, all that helps them be present. And then being still and silent and breathing. So that's relevant to what we're going to be doing today. Then journaling, walking through the woods and observing nature, conversation over coffee with my best friend, and splashing cold water onto my face. Well, that certainly helps you to be present. We won't be doing that in the session, but thank you for sharing your experiences. These are little things that help us to be present. So this is something that I work on myself because, I have a morning meditation, and over the years, I've thought I'm not a morning person. I'm a night owl, not a lark. So I've learned that there are certain things that help. Well, I drink liquid. That's one of the first things. I have a cup of tea, and I just drink some water. I move my body, and I've worked out a routine for myself. And all this is helping me to wake up. And after a while, I don't just drag myself out of bed onto a meditation cushion. It takes a little bit of time, but then my mind is ready to meditate. So what's going on in that process? The basic model that I think really helps in terms of thinking about what is the transition we're making when we get into meditation is that we're moving from thinking mode to sensing. So anyone who practices this meditation will recognize we always have thoughts. They are always with us, or almost always. And we very easily get lost in those thoughts. And the reason is that our minds are stimulated. We spend most of our time thinking. Sometimes it's thinking consciously and deliberately. Other times our thoughts are just leading us in one direction or another. We might be worrying, we might be planning, we might be stressing, and so on. So the transition we're making is from that mode to sensing. And what this means is that if at any point in doing a meditation practice, you're not really sure what should I be doing, I've kind of got a bit lost, then all you need to do is to come back to the senses. So we use the breath in particular, but the body in general, as the focus for our awareness, our sensory awareness. All the breath is the body moving. That's it. There's nothing we can experience to do with some abstract breath or the air or something like that. All we experience is the body moving, and we're experiencing that directly. So let me just explain what I mean by directly. Now, think about your hands. Don't even look at them, just think about them. Imagine them. Just reflect on your hands. Okay, so that's one kind of way of being aware of our hands. Now, I invite you to do something else. I'm going to invite you to clap. So hold your hands out, and then we're going to do a really hefty clap like this. And just hold your hands out. Close your eyes. What do you feel? I feel tingling. And it's very immediate. It's very vivid. So that's it. That's all it is to it. It's the difference between thinking about the hands and feeling that tingling. Okay? So to help us get into the practice, we're going to just move the body a bit. This is the simplest way to stimulate our senses. So I'm going to do a few rolls and stretches. If these aren't right for you, please don't do these movements. If you've got any injuries or you've got any vulnerabilities, go with what you know about your body, and that applies for anything that we do in the whole session. So I'm going to start by just rolling my shoulders, okay? And I invite you to join in and connect the movement of the shoulders with the breath. So breathing in, just feeling the shoulders squeezing and releasing. All we're doing is noticing the sensations. Okay, let's go the other way. Again, breathing in as the shoulders come up, breathing out as the shoulders fall down. So rolling up, rolling down, breathing in, breathing out. Okay, that's it. Right, so now I invite you to hold your arms out to the side like this. We're just going to bring the arms up on the in-breath, bring them down on the out-breath. So turn the palms over, breathe in, just feeling the body, feeling the extension, feeling any sense of energy rising up and then settling down. Okay. Take a breath. How's it feeling? So we're moving from thinking to sensing. Let's just give the body a little massage. So I'm just massaging around the top of the neck now. I'm just giving a little squeeze. Just using my fingers to get into the muscles. And just noticing some little bits of tension. Oh, that feels a bit tight there. So just squeezing it and then taking one hand, squeezing one shoulder. Another hand, squeezing the other shoulder, just to give yourself a little massage. It's enjoyable to have a massage. Everyone enjoys having a massage. So, okay. Give your shoulders a little wiggle. Just brushing. All these little things help us to contact the senses. The little jaw, a little massage. So look, we could continue. These are very simple movements. What we're doing with movements like this is connecting with the body. So why don't I slow down a little bit actually. Just give a very gentle massage around the jaw. Okay. Now I invite you to just consider, just to tune into the body and think, well, what stretch do I want to do? Because, I've been leading. The things I've been leading may not be quite right for you. So what do you want to do? Okay, I'll do something, but you don't need to follow me. Do your own thing. So I'm going to do an upward stretch. So whatever it is that your body is asking you to do, go with that impulse. So another thing to just get the body set up is any little adjustments to posture. So in the previous session to this, we talked about posture. Finding a way that you can sit that's going to be okay for you. It's going to be comfortable. It's going to be alert and upright. Just making any slight adjustments. So the movements that we've done, they aren't really a workout at all. I mean, it is good to just move your body a little bit. It's more about sensing, feeling the body, tuning in to what the body wants and needs in this moment. And we can do this through the day at different points, just stretching, moving. So as we settle into our posture, feeling how we're supported by the seat beneath us. And we're going to do a period of meditation practice now. So if it's okay for you, I invite you to close your eyes. We don't have to close our eyes, but that can help. Especially when we're focusing on the senses, because the sense of sight very easily takes our attention. And we're really tuning in to the sense of touch, feeling. So feeling the body, feeling the height of the body. Just opening to the body. So to help us do this, I'm going to place my hand on my forehead. I invite you to do the same. Just let it rest there and you feel the contact, feel the touch, feel the skin touching the skin, the warmth. Sensing the skull beneath the skin, the brain beneath the skull. And because we tend to be so occupied with thinking, our attention tends to be up here in the head. So letting our attention come to the forehead, feeling the smoothness of the forehead. And take a breath. So now we're going to move our attention down. Move our attention to where we're placing our hand now, which is the heart. Letting your hand rest over your heart. So noticing the touch, pressure, the warmth, that feeling of contact. Breathing and feeling the breath. Feeling how the breath moves in the body. Sensing the muscles of the chest, feeling the movement of the rib cage, feeling the heart beating. Can we sense that? Don't worry if you can't, but maybe we can feel that sensation. Breathing, also noticing any shift in our experience. So placing the hand on the heart can connect us with our emotions. What that means is the mind and the body aren't two different things. Emotions are bodily. And maybe the energy of the body as well. What do we sense? What do we feel? Not thinking about it, just sensing. Maybe taking a deeper breath. Nice, slow out breath. Another breath in. Slow breath out. Now we're going to place our hand down on our tummy. So again, sensing, feeling, experiencing that contact, the warmth, the pressure, feeling the movement of the tummy. How the abdomen moves, that's the muscle of the tummy. It rises, stretches, expands, and then softens, eases, releases, rising, settling down. As the breath flows in and the breath flows out. So all the time, moving from thinking to sensing. It may well be that as we've been sitting here, our companion has been our thoughts. Almost certainly there have been thoughts arising, memories and images, ideas, plans. So when we notice that, we notice we've been pulled back towards thinking mode. And as we let the thoughts go, we can journey back to sensing, feeling, thinking to sensing. And settling our mind, our attention on the tummy, continuing to feel the movement of the breath, and noticing the feeling that goes with being aware of the tummy. The energy. Just noticing if it's pleasant or if it's not pleasant. In a way, it doesn't really matter, but we can still notice it. Feeling the energy of the body. Placing our hand down and opening our awareness to the tactile kinesthetic sense in the body as a whole. The places where the body is touching the floor or your seat. Variations in temperature, sensations of movement, changing sensations, pleasant sensations, unpleasant sensations, just feeling them all, feeling the body, sensing. Resting. Settling. And now, having made this journey right into the senses, I'm going to make a transition and I invite you to do this by just gently introducing some movement, fingers, maybe your toes, maybe your shoulders, neck, perhaps stretching again. Then to externalize our awareness, we're going to open our eyes. So, the practice is moving from thinking to sensing. And sensing is, generally speaking, a very good way to settle our attention. So we have a question from the chat. Thank you so much. When thoughts interrupt my practice, which sense will best help me tune back into the meditation? Taste or touch? Or should I ask myself, what am I feeling? In the practice, feeling sometimes feels like thinking. Okay. So you probably noticed that in the practice that we did, the main sense that we were using was the kinesthetic sense, the sense of touch, the sense of the body. And with the main object that we use, main focus, is the breath. So that's the main way that I would recommend that you come back to the senses. The other senses aren't so strong. The visual sense tends to overwhelm even the kinesthetic sense. And the kinesthetic sense tends to be connected with a sense of settling and resting. Okay? So I hope that, it's a really good question. Thank you for that. My body was messaging hunger and a tight lower back. Now I feel I have some direction for my day. Eat and stretch. Okay, well, it's not complicated, is it? I'm glad you have that direction. Yes, really simple messages, and you're really responding to that. It's fantastic. Is there some homework I can do to take this practice off the cushion? Okay, I'll come on to that in a moment. Just a comment, first of all, which is to notice how many things there are in modern life which tend to separate us from the body. Okay, so technology is all about taking our attention into a virtual space. There are so many things that are about asking us to stay in the realm of thinking. There's nothing wrong with thinking, but we can become unbalanced, and that's when stress and all of the other things start to develop. So connecting with the body is the ground of everything that we do in meditation, with mindfulness anyway. And it's nothing mysterious. It's simply sensing and being present. And doing that, you may have noticed, connects us to our energy, to our emotions, and our health. And I think some of the comments we've heard have connected that. So thank you for that last question, which was about doing this outside of meditation. So yes, I do have some suggestions for that. So for one thing, you can just notice the sensations as you walk, as you sit. And it's not that you only have to notice some sensations, just notice the sensations. When you exercise, if you do something like, anything that you do, whether it's baseball or yoga, whatever it is, you can bring your awareness into your body as you're doing that. And you can also just do some movements where you're not trying to reach the perfect yoga asana. You're just becoming aware of the body. That's all you're doing. So finding some simple mindful movements, which might be yoga moves, they might be anything else. Just simple ways that you, like rolling the shoulders, things like that. And you can do those through the day. And also I think the paying attention to what we call balancing messages. The processes like feeling thirsty, feeling hungry, needing the toilet, and also when we need to safeguard ourselves. All of those things are ways to notice the body and the messages that it's giving us. Okay, I hope that's been helpful. It really is something we can just keep exploring, awareness of the body, mindfulness of the body. I have a quote from the Buddha which starts with this but really shows how far it can take us. It goes like this: the end of the world can never be reached by walking. However, without having reached the world's end, there is no release from suffering. I declare that it is in this fathom-long body, with its perceptions and its thoughts, that there is the world, the origin of the world, the cessation of the world, and the path leading to the cessation of the world. So I'd really like to just affirm and congratulate you for making the time today to give to this practice, which is so precious. These few moments might be the only time we really give to what is so important, our minds and our inner experience. So well done for joining in with this. Please continue to share your meditation practice with us. On these basic sessions, we're going over the things you need to really establish a practice. You can check out our daily live meditations at round.glass or on our app. Have a great day and stay grounded.